As Jack stood in the dim courtroom, surrounded by cold stares and weighed down by past mistakes, his final request silenced everyone. He simply wanted to see his dog, Titan, one last time. What happened next would forever alter not only his life but also those witnessing it. The air was heavy with tension, every shuffle and cough echoing loudly. 4 years, Jack Reynolds had been embroiled in scandal, accused of crimes he denied. Once respected in his small hometown, he now faced disgrace, reduced to a shadow of his former self. His sole companion through turmoil was Titan, his loyal Labrador retriever. The courtroom buzzed with anticipation, reporters capturing every trial moment. As Jack spoke, his voice steady despite trembling hands, his request caught everyone off guard. "Your Honor," he began, eyes fixed on the judge. "Before sentencing, I wish to see Titan, my dog, one last time." Murmurs rippled through the room. The judge leaned forward, intrigued. "A dog?" he questioned skeptically. "Yes," Jack affirmed, unwavering. "Titan has been with me through everything. He deserves a proper goodbye." The room fell silent, humanity overshadowing judgment momentarily. Unbeknownst to all, Jack's plea would set off events no one anticipated. Titan was no ordinary dog. Their reunion would unearth buried truths, reshaping Jack's narrative forever. Jack hadn't always been accused. 5 years ago, he was a beloved figure in Meadowbrook, known for rescuing abandoned animals. But accusations of embezzlement shattered his reputation overnight. Through betrayal, Titan remained steadfast, offering comfort during sleepless nights. The trial was swift, painting Jack as greedy and opportunistic. Witnesses testified against him, and financial experts confirmed damning evidence. Sentenced to life, Jack found himself at his lowest, making an unusual request that divided the room. The judge responded cautiously, "This is irregular, Mr. Reynolds." Removing his glasses, he added, "Given the circumstances, I'll allow it. Your dog will be brought under strict supervision." Jack sagged in relief, a small but significant victory. The next day, Titan entered the courthouse, tail wagging furiously. The audience gasped collectively as the Labrador tugged against his leash, desperate to reach Jack. Kneeling, Jack whispered, "Hey buddy, I missed you so much." Titan barked softly, licking Jack's face. Their connection was palpable, cutting through courtroom tension. Suddenly, Titan sniffed Jack intently, pressing his nose against Jack's shirt. His demeanor shifted, movements deliberate. Jack frowned, asking, "What's wrong, Titan?" The dog turned to the judge's bench, barking sharply, startling everyone. Handlers struggled to control him, but Titan wouldn't budge, barking insistently. Jack noticed a flash of light reflecting off Titan's collar. Upon closer inspection, he realized it wasn't just a tag. Hidden among the folds was a tiny metallic object, a USB drive cleverly concealed within the collar's lining. Jack pocketed the device, mind racing with questions. Titan wasn't merely happy to see him, he had delivered something important. Back in the holding cell, Jack examined the USB drive. It felt heavier than it should, its presence igniting cautious optimism. A guard interrupted, announcing a visitor. Surprised, Jack saw Claire Monroe, his fiery young attorney who had taken his case pro bono. "I heard about your request in court," CLA said, raising an eyebrow. Hesitant, Jack leaned in, lowering his voice. "I found this," he said, sliding the USB drive across the table. CLA's eyes widened. "Where did this come from?" "It was hidden in Titan's collar," Jack explained. CLA studied the drive, mind racing. "If this has anything to do with your case, we need to handle it carefully." Later that evening, CLA connected the USB drive to her secure laptop. Files labeled with cryptic names filled the screen. Opening the first document, she uncovered detailed logs of transactions, timestamps, and correspondence between high-ranking board members. These files painted a damning picture, not of Jack, but of coordinated efforts to frame him. Email threads revealed cold calculations, discussing how to fabricate evidence against Jack. CLA's heart pounded as she scrolled, uncovering a full-blown conspiracy. A video file labeled "For Jack" began with a distorted voice. "If you're seeing this, it means Titan delivered the drive as planned. You were framed by people you trusted. This evidence will prove it." CLA froze, realizing the stakes. Whoever created this video clearly knew the conspiracy intimately. Determined, she began downloading and encrypting the files, taking precautions to protect the evidence. The next day, CLA visited Jack, triumph and urgency in her expression. "You were right," she said, placing a folder on the table. This drive contains everything we need to prove your innocence: emails, financial records, even video evidence. Jack's breath hitched. Are you serious? This could clear my name. CLA nodded. But it's bigger than you. The people who framed you are powerful. They won't let this information surface without a fight. What do we do? Jack asked, determination hardening his voice. CLA leaned in, voice low. We need to be strategic. If we move too fast, they'll cover their tracks. But if we wait too long, they could find out. Meanwhile, subtle changes occurred in the prison. Guards paid closer attention, conversations halted when Jack approached. An inmate named Red warned him, some people on the outside don't like the noise you're making. Watch your back. CLA reached out to investigative journalist Sophie, who was wary but intrigued. If this is as big as you say, you're putting yourself in the crosshairs, Sophie cautioned. I don't have a choice, CLA replied. Jack's life depends on this. Sophie discovered links between non-profit board members and a shadowy figure known as Lazarus, a notorious fixer specializing in burying scandals. Mention of his name confirmed the scale of what they faced. Jack received an envelope with a photograph of Titan and a chilling note, "Don't let your dog become collateral damage." Jack folded the note, vowing not to show fear. CLA continued piecing together evidence, decrypting files that revealed a timeline leading to Jack's arrest. Desperate for answers, she revisited Mike, Titan's former trainer. Mike brought training logs, revealing specific scenarios Titan was trained for. Whoever orchestrated this knew what they were doing, Mike said. CLA sat late at night, staring at documents, Titan resting at her feet. The phone rang, it was Sophie. They've confirmed something big. Lazarus has been mobilized. CLA leaned forward. What does that mean for us? Sophie replied grimly, it means they are aware of us. We're targets. Jack sat alone in his cell, the photograph clutched tightly. The chaplain visited, offering words of encouragement. Sometimes the biggest fights require the smallest acts of courage, he said. CLA met Sophie in person, discussing next steps. Sophie brought coded emails tying the nonprofit to government contracts. Using this could blow the lid off everything, Sophie said. But it'll paint a target on our backs. CLA arranged a brief visit for Jack, bringing news. I've got evidence tying everything together, but it's risky. Jack looked at her resolutely. Do it. Whatever it takes. Sophie discovered a vulnerability in the system, exposing connections to high-profile individuals. CLA called Lucas to discuss options. If we use this, we'll force their hand, she said. But it might also force us into hiding. Tensions mounted as Titan exhibited unusual behavior, nudging CLA's arm toward an overlooked file containing details aligning with Sophie's findings. Titan's instincts led them to another critical piece. Doubt crept into CLA's thoughts. She confided in Sophie during a late-night call. What if we're wrong? Sophie responded firmly, we've come too far to stop now. Jack is counting on us. CLA woke to Sophie's trembling voice, Lazarus has made its move. My laptop was tampered with last night. CLA clenched her fist, determination fueled by threat. At the prison, Jack received warnings through notes from guards. CLA received an unmarked package containing a single USB drive and a note mentioning Titan. Surveillance footage showed interactions between Jack and board members linked to Lazarus. CLA replayed videos, noticing subtle exchanges. Realization hit her, Titan had been targeted from the start. Sophie and CLA discussed findings. Titan wasn't just collateral damage. He's a key piece in their operation. Sophie hesitated. Think about it. Titan was trained to detect anomalies, track scents, navigate terrains. Lazarus could use him for covert operations. Jack received another visitor, Red, more calculated this time. You're stirring up trouble. Lazarus doesn't lose. Jack's jaw tightened. Why warn me? Red smirked. Sometimes even the bad guys hate bigger bad guys. CLA and Sophie reached out to Paul, a cybersecurity expert. Analyzing the USB drive, Paul noted metadata showing inside access. Someone on the inside might be trying to help you. CLA received an encrypted email detailing Lazarus's upcoming operation involving Titan. They're planning to use him tomorrow, she said, voice trembling. We need to stop them. Late that night, CLA sat with Titan, scrolling through evidence. We're going to figure this out, she whispered, stroking his fur. They prepared to investigate a warehouse tied to Lazarus. Before leaving, CLA sent Jack a message, "We're close. Hold on. Titan and I won't let them win." At the warehouse, Titan led them through shadows. Inside, rows of servers blinked, confirming Lazarus's role. Sophie set up a portable scanner. "Make it fast," CLA urged. Titan tensed, ears twitching toward distant noise. Lucas investigated while CLA guarded Sophie. Sophie's face lit up. "I've got something." Files detailed Titan's scheduled tasks. "They're planning to use him tomorrow," CLA said. "We're running out of time." Footsteps approached, accompanied by muffled voices. "We've got company," Lucas said. "Security patrol." CLA motioned urgently. "We have to go now." Titan guided them through an alternate path, alerting them to hidden cameras. Reaching the exit, a shout echoed. "Stop right there." Guards spotted them. CLA and Lucas froze, shielding Sophie. Claire commanded Titan, who sprang into action, darting toward the guards. "Go!" CLA shouted, pulling Sophie and Lucas toward the exit. Titan returned moments later, tail wagging. Guards were disoriented, giving the group time to escape. Back at the safe house, Sophie plugged the drive into a secure laptop. "This is big. Lazarus has operations spanning multiple cities, using animals like Titan in schemes." CLA placed a hand on Titan's head, drawing comfort. "We're going to get through this." Guard Reynolds called CLA. "Jack's in danger. They're moving him to a high-security wing tomorrow." CLA's mind raced. "We need to act fast." The team devised a plan, intercepting the transport schedule to take Titan to a Lazarus facility while disrupting broader operations. Sophie infiltrated systems remotely, setting up signal interference. CLA and Lucas waited near the transport route. Two black SUVs flanked a van bearing Lazarus's logo. CLA steadied her nerves. "Remember, Titan is our priority." Lucas positioned himself to intercept. As vehicles approached, Lucas activated a makeshift roadblock. Guards exited cautiously. CLA signaled Titan, who bolted into action, evading guards to reach the van undetected. Inside, Titan encountered another guard, intimidating him into retreating. CLA seized the opportunity, freeing a sedated decoy and replacing it with a tracking device. Sophie faced challenges as Lazarus detected her intrusion. "I need more time," she said, strained. "Hold on," Lucas responded over the radio. Titan returned, tail wagging. The convoy resumed its journey, unaware of the swap. Reviewing downloaded files, CLA realized Lazarus was hiding something bigger. Sophie pieced together fragments, revealing a secondary facility where Titan and Jack were held. "If we don't act now, we'll lose them both." Sophie disabled surveillance systems, creating a narrow window. Approaching the facility, Titan sensed gravity, staying close. Lucas disabled the gate's lock, allowing entry. Inside, Titan alerted them to hidden cameras, guiding along the safest path. Reaching a heavily guarded door, Titan's behavior confirmed Jack's presence. Lucas prepared a smoke device. "We only get one shot at this." Disorienting guards, they breached the door, finding Jack restrained but alive. Navigating back, alarms blared. "They know we're here," Lucas said. Titan took the lead, instincts guiding toward an alternate exit. Despite chaos, the team slipped out, disappearing into dense forest. Regrouping in a hidden safe house, Jack leaned against a cot. "Thank you," he whispered, locking eyes with CLA. Sophie patched wounds while Lucas fortified the area. CLA focused on the next challenge, files revealing larger purposes. "This isn't just about Titan or Jack," Sophie said. "Lazarus uses animals like carriers for encrypted data." CLA stared at the screen, anger brewing. "If we expose this, we can stop them for good." Sophie nodded. "Files retrieved are enough to open an investigation but not bring them down. We need the master key, the encryption algorithm stored in central servers." Lucas spoke up. "Going back to their main facility is suicide. They'll be on high alert." CLA agreed but remained resolute. "We don't have a choice. If we stop, Lazarus covers tracks." Jack added, "They won't expect you to strike again so soon. That's your advantage." The plan set in motion, Sophie would guide CLA, Lucas, and Titan into Lazarus's central facility while Jack recovered. Preparing, CLA knelt beside Titan. "You've already done so much, buddy. Can you do this one more time?" Titan barked reassuringly, loyalty unwavering. The facility was a fortress of advanced technology. Sophie's interference bought precious seconds to maneuver past checkpoints. CLA spotted a maintenance shaft. It's unguarded, but cameras return online in 45 seconds. Moving swiftly, they reached the data center housing Lazarus's encrypted files. Sophie guided them to the server room. The encryption key is stored on a physical device, likely in a secure compartment near the mainframe. Look for a red access panel. Titan's keen senses led them to the panel, barking softly. CLA dismantled it, revealing a sleek glowing device. Got it, she whispered. Pulling the device free triggered an alarm. They know you're there, Sophie urged. You need to move now. Guards swarmed, radios crackling. Lucas tossed a smoke grenade, creating cover. Escape routes closed rapidly. Titan sensed danger, taking point through corridors. Reaching an emergency exit, barricaded, Lucas hesitated. We don't have time to go back. CLA spotted an air vent overhead. Titan can fit through there. He can carry the device and get it to Sophie. Attaching the device to Titan's harness, she gave a final command. Go, Titan. Find Sophie. Titan leapt into the vent, disappearing into darkness. Guards closed in, footsteps echoing. CLA and Lucas prepared to make their stand, using smoke grenades and barricades to buy time. We've faced worse odds, Lucas said, forcing a smile. CLA smirked. You're always the optimist. The firefight was chaotic. Holding ground, ammunition dwindled. Sophie's voice broke through static. Titan made it. I'm decrypting files now. Relief flooded CLA but was short-lived. Reinforcements closed in. Glancing at Lucas, they acknowledged capture likelihood. We did what we came to do, CLA said. That's what matters. Guards stormed the room, bracing for the inevitable. Mission accomplished, fate uncertain. The tense silence of the courtroom shattered as prosecution prepared final statements against CLA and Lucas, accused of trespassing and espionage. Their actions cost Lazarus millions, disrupting operations. Yet, CLA and Lucas remained defiant, resolve unshaken. Unbeknownst to Lazarus or the court, Sophie worked tirelessly behind scenes. Data decrypted from Titan's carried device revealed far more than anticipated. Lazarus's network implicated in corporate espionage, data manipulation, and conspiracy involving high-ranking officials and major corporations. Sophie pieced evidence together, Titan staying by her side, sensing gravity. On trial day, armed with undeniable proof, Sophie entered the courtroom flanked by Jack, carrying a thick file and USB drive. Titan trotted beside her, symbolizing loyalty and truth. Isn't that the dog? Someone whispered. CLA and Lucas exchanged hopeful glances. The judge called order. Prosecution began rhetoric, painting defendants as reckless vigilantes. Before proceeding, Sophie stood, addressing the court. Your Honor, she said steadily, what my colleagues did was justified and necessary. Evidence proves Lazarus engaged in illegal activities on an unprecedented scale. Presenting decrypted files, she walked the court through operations, laying bare fabricated evidence, manipulated documents, and underhanded deals. Silence fell, stunned. Sophie skillfully dismantled prosecution's case. Even the judge leaned forward, flipping through provided documents. Turning point came playing a recording extracted from Lazarus's files, executives openly discussing schemes. This is irrefutable proof, Sophie declared. My clients were justified, uncovering endangering countless lives. Judge called recess, retreating to review evidence. During the break, Titan became attention center, gentle demeanor disarming hardened skeptics. Kneeling beside him, CLA whispered, "You've done it, boy. You've shown them the truth." When court reconvened, atmosphere electrified. Judge delivered verdict gravely. Based on evidence, defendants' actions were not criminal but heroic. This court finds Claire and Lucas not guilty. Courtroom erupted in applause. Judge continued, "Furthermore, I'm ordering federal investigation into Lazarus. Corruption cannot go unchecked." CLA and Lucas embraced, tears streaming. Sophie stood nearby, triumphant smile breaking calm. Jack joined, placing supportive hand on CLA's shoulder. "You did it. We all did." Titan barked triumphantly, courtroom bursting into laughter. Tension melted away in shared humanity. Even the judge smiled, saying, "Seems we owe gratitude to this remarkable dog." Outside courthouse, the team was greeted by supporters, reporters, and animal advocates inspired by Titan's role exposing truth. CLA knelt beside him, placing hands on either side of his face. You're more than a hero, Titan. Your family. Investigation unfolded, dismantling Lazarus's corruption network. High-ranking executives arrested, facilities shut permanently. The story of CLA, Lucas, Sophie, and Titan became a symbol of courage, justice, and extraordinary bonds between humans and animals. Months followed, establishing a foundation dedicated to exposing corruption and advocating animal welfare. Titan became mascot, inspiring others to stand up for what's right, no matter the odds. Sun setting on courthouse steps, the world witnessed loyalty, bravery, and unbreakable bonds reshaping narratives. If this tale moved you, imagine countless untold stories awaiting discovery. Subscribing joins a community exploring incredible connections between humans and animals shaping lives unimaginably. What resonated most? Drop a comment, join discussion, share with friends and family believing in truth and magic of animals. Hit notification bell. Never miss inspiring stories celebrating heroes reminding strength found in compassion and relentless pursuit of justice. Thank you for watching. See you in the next story leaving inspired.